It's our honor to have with us today Steve Woolf, the artistic director of the St. Louis Repertory Theatre.
Yes, that's absolutely
Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, I'm happy to be joining you guys.
And we
today.
are celebrating 50 years.
50 years of the Rep. This is our golden anniversary.
And how long have you been with the company?
About 30 years.
And
No kidding. Wow.
A while.
Yeah, that's
a career,
long
I guess.
time. So in all of those 30 years, what stands out in your mind? No?
They're all my children.
Yeah, they're all good shows.
I was going to say, what are your favorite moments?
Come on, Bernadette Peters. Come on, give it to us.
Bernadette Peters on the 24th of September
That's
at the
right.
Chase.
Yeah, that's the big
tickets
that's the
are still
gala.
available on our website.
Okay.
If you go there.
RepSTL.org.
Hold on. What is Bernadette Peters' show? Is it a one-woman show?
It's a one-woman. It's her concert, and she's
she
doing,
sings
and she does. It's our gala performance, and she's doing it for us. And there are tickets left, and you get them through our website at repstl.org.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right now we just opened Follies, which is magnificent in every level, on every. It's brilliant, stunning.
The one I want to talk about is your second performance.
Okay, I'm happy to push everything.
This one is actually commissioned.
Yes, we commissioned
Rep.
Until the Flood. Yes, we did.
Until the Flood. Tell us about it. It sounds fascinating.
Dale Orlando Smith, who was a Pulitzer Prize winning finalist for her previous work, does a lot of one person performances, and after Ferguson blew up, we thought we needed to have some conversation about it, but we weren't quite sure how to approach it. And Dale, being the artist she is, we had some contacts with her. She came into St. Louis and spent some significant time here going throughout the community and assembling conversations from all walks of life, all sorts of people in all sorts of neighborhoods here. And the play is about the mosaic, the complicated mosaic of St. Louis. It is not Ferguson-centered.
Yeah.
It is about how complicated life is here.
Man, is it.
And it is, and she portrays like 7 or 8 different characters all herself.
Wow.
And it's a non-judgmental, even-handed piece. We had a couple readings this spring here in town, and I think people were surprised, not only by how gifted she is as a performer, but what the stories were, and the stories of these people in this community, and that's what it's about.
Is this in the Browning upstairs or the Emerson?
It's on the main stage.
Okay,
It
great.
is on the
Wow.
main stage.
What is your role? Do you select?
Yes.
You do. Okay.
Yes, I select them all.
Okay.
That is my role.
Joey's going after your job.
You know, it's a long week last week, so I'm the producer. That's the easiest way.
So what is it? What about your job that's the hardest thing? Do you have access to anything you want?
She doesn't want to talk about the theater. She wants to talk about you.
Oh, I do want to talk about you for a minute.
I have access to this is, this is not. I don't have a huge office. I'm not a mogul.
No. But what you do every day? Do you have to fight for these shows, or
a year ago, sure, when we were putting the season together, sure.
I just didn't know how it worked.
Well, so in a show like Follies, for instance, once assembled, the director and the design team. The director and I have been talking about that show for a couple of years, and then we spent a lot of time this year talking about it, assembling it, and assembling the casting, which started, back in March. We had 2 weeks of auditions in May.
And you're still in the previous season at that time, right?
Oh yeah.
So do you ever really, really want a show and never got it? Kind of thing?
Sure, of course.
Oh,
of course.
I see.
Has Kevin Kline ever turned you down?
We've never asked him. He doesn't play St. Louis. It's complicated. That has to do with rights releases. So there's some shows, for instance, that are touring across the country, and until their tour is done, we can't get rights. And there's some shows, for instance, that go to the Fox, mainly the big musicals, so we really don't have an issue there. Once in a while, they do some straight plays, and that's where they may have a property we want, but we can't get till it's played the Fox. So then it's a matter of figuring out how to get it licensed.
And can anybody come to you? Like if somebody locally?
Yes, you can come. Yes.
If they have their own production that you've never seen before? No. Okay. All right.
No. My very first Loretta Hilton theater experience was 1967 when the Rep was just
it was just born.
And I was still in high school.
Yeah.
But when I went and I was into theater, I thought, my God, this is the top for St. Louis. To me, this is it. This was was it just me being young and naive, but really, you guys kind of jumped into it, and that year it seemed like you already been doing it for years. I know, but still, the idea is to do the highest quality work we can do, the most superior kind of work we can do at all levels, both in acting, directing, and design, and production. And you see something like Follies, which has a huge cast of 28 people. You've got three people in the show that were Tony nominated for their work on various shows in New York. And people say, well, where did this tour come from? This is not a tour. We make this stuff up. We invent this ourselves.
So what do you mean by that? You make this up?
Well, we rehearse the show for a month. So
if somebody isn't working out or gets sick or something, you have to go replace them.
But why do you even ask that?
Because I think that's the interesting part.
Because she's Joy.
No, people in St. Louis are always wondering, well, gee, maybe I have a shot at getting up
Come
on
see
stage.
the show. Yes, if somebody were to get ill, we'd have to replace them.
Right.
That's true, but we'd go to New York to replace them.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you wouldn't pull from St. Louis?
Well, we have St. Louis actors in this production.
Right.
But you've got to be able to sing, dance, and fill some character requirements.
Well, that's kind of why I'm asking, because I think we have a lot of talent here in St. Louis.
Well, we do, and we use them.
And Joy apparently represents them all.
Clearly, you get a percentage of their salary.
Tell us about Theater Expo on September 17th.
Expo on Saturday the 17th is a morning event starting at 9:30, taking place all throughout the theater. And a lot of the various theater companies in town will be around to talk about their own theaters. And there are lots of workshops going on.
Joy should go to that.
And Joy should go to that and learn a lot more about what it is we all do.
How it all works.
I guess I'll have to.
You can talk to me at that, too. But there are workshops and costumes and makeup and just lots of things to do. And that starts at 9:30 that Saturday morning.
And again, you can go to repstl.org to learn about that. And the gala at the Chase on the
24th, and to get tickets for Follies and the rest of the season. But Follies right now and Until the Flood are on sale. And Until the Flood's is going to be a fascinating community discussion, I think.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for coming in today and telling us about this and educating Joy on
theater.
I'm
trying to bring her along.
She's genuinely interested, so you know.
I think people really want to know a little bit more beyond the stuff that you could get if you searched for it online. That's why I'm here. And thanks to Clayton's Bakery and Pastries for making this whole thing possible through their generosity. They offer fresh-made baked goods using recipes from St. Louis's earliest history and fresh baked bread right from the bakery. They're at 11,744 Manchester Road in De Pere, Clayton's Bakery and Pastries.